Hello, beautiful being. Welcome to In Her Dreams. And welcome to your reading. I am so grateful that you're taking time to tune in to see what messages are flowing in from Spirit for you. Ashe. Thank you, Spirit. Beautiful being, you're in a whole different zone now. You've ascended beyond perhaps where you ever imagined yourself being. You're on a level now where I feel like even in your most high vibe, beautiful dreams in the past, you never could have imagined yourself being where you are now and where you're going. You're making the right choices. They keep saying that. You're making the right choices. So keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing. Thank you, Spirit. All right, so we're going to start with the Crow Tarot and see what the crows are bringing through. Thank you, Divine. We've got the Hanged Man on the fence. Okay. Five of Cups on the fence. Knight of Cups. Okay, I was about to say, that's not the Divine Collective's energy right there. And the Devil. Yeah, okay. Very clear. Oh, wow. Beautiful being, somebody is going through it at this time. My word. And show me Collective's energy, Divine Collective's energy. Okay, yep. Okay, so there's something first and foremost that you're not going back to, beautiful being. No matter how sad and pitiful someone is at this time, because that's the exact energy that is coming through. Ooh-wee, at the bottom of the deck, Knight of Swords and the Fool. You're moving forward with a quickness. Whatever it is that somebody wants you to entertain, I'm hearing re-entertain, because you already gave them many chances, many opportunities in the past. You're not going back there because you realize that if you were to go in their direction for a new start, it would just be a tower. Okay? But also with this Hierophant being behind this tower, there is someone who pretends to be in high vibe energy. There's someone who pretends to be on a level like yours, where you are, and they're not. This is somebody from your past who wants so badly, so desperately to be like you, that they're trying to, I'm hearing they're scratching at your door like an animal. Now, this could be somebody who's tried to break into your physical space, or this is somebody who's trying to do this spiritually. But the vibe that I'm getting is that they are in such a pitiful state that whatever sort of spiritual moves they used to make, they don't impact you like perhaps at one time they did. As I was saying that, I saw 414. You have protection and temperance. 414 is what I'm getting from that. You have achieved a state of temperance, and it can't be breached. It can't be interrupted by someone. Now, I don't know why this person, I'm going to go ahead and put this over here because this person is in a tower. That's the energy that they represent. But also they are trying to pretend like they're a Hierophant. So this is somebody who has tried to come through with holy energy. or they have some sort of a title where, you know, I'm preacher so-and-so, I'm minister so-and-so, I'm healer such and such, okay? So they are someone who has given themselves a title. In some cases, a title may have been bestowed upon them. If this is like, you know, like there are certain things that a person has to go through in order to become a minister through certain sects. Okay, I hope they put on the captions SECTS, because that's what I was talking about. All right, but there might be something with the other word here. This person might be sexually attracted to you, but I feel like this person is someone who has gone through some sort of religious denomination to get a title, to gain a title. And so it could be something that has been bestowed upon them, but they have not earned it. This is someone who is in the Hanged Man on the fence. So they're trying to, this is a person who has brought themselves to a place that is so miserable, where they have so much karma. So you can call it karma, you can call it the consequences of their actions, whatever you feel comfortable, however you feel comfortable labeling that. But they have tried to hit you with this Three of Swords, and now they're in the Three of Swords. Everything here on the board is what I see them in, but at one time that's what they were trying to hit you with, okay? Now, the place that they're in is actually, it could be magical. Because with the Hanged Man on the fence, they are in a state where they could be responsible, hold themselves accountable, and choose to work through that energy that they are now in. All of those problems, all of those issues that they're now experiencing, because that's all they wanted you to face at one time. Now they're in that very energy. They're in the state of experiencing heartache. They're in the state of realizing that they have lost a lot. Now this was on the fence. So with the Hanged Man and the Five of Cups on the fence, this person is in a state where they could hold themselves accountable, work through this situation, and create a better situation for themselves. But with the Three of Wands, they're going to move forward, but in the wrong direction. Because where they end up is the Ten of Cups reversed. Whatever it is that this person is trying to hold on to regarding emotional fulfillment, connections, family, home environment, they're going to move forward in a way that is still in alignment with that devil energy. And that's what they were trying to hit you with. That's the same frequency that they were constantly operating in whenever they approached you, which is why everything that they do right now will end in failure. Now, the reason why you might be like, well, this is a person from my past, so, but they're trying to return with the Knight of Cups. They're trying to come back. They're trying to bring some sort of funky cup to you. 9/11 on the timer. Divine says, don't you do it. Don't you do it. Yeah, they're trying to communicate with you in some sort of way with the Eight of Wands here. And there could be projections of energy here that just aren't working. Because see, this person has manifested a situation for themselves where they are constantly in the Three of Swords. I'm getting the vibe of spiritual bypassing here, because that's what I'm getting with this Three of Wands. Because yeah, they're moving forward, but what appears to be a forward movement or taking a step forward is actually taking 20 steps back in the wrong direction. They're moving backwards. But there's something that they're doing to create an illusion where they're moving forward. And I feel like the illusion is with themselves. It could be that they're in so much sorrow that they're trying to convince themselves that they're not in this state of grief, or that they're not in this state of sorrow and painful truth. And this is truly what they're trying to avoid, is honesty. Taking an honest look and taking an honest account of how they've been living, how they've been treating you, and more than likely many other individuals as well. So I asked Spirit about your energy in this situation. You got the 7 of Pentacles and the 8 of Cups. You have been walking away from this person, and you will continue to. 7 of Pentacles, that's long, steady. It's like long haul energy. There's nothing here that you're switching up on with this person. This is someone that you have remained very steadfast with your boundaries. You are not moving in a different direction. It doesn't matter how sad they appear. It doesn't matter what crocodile tears they cry, what fake tears they cry. It doesn't matter how many times they call from an unidentified number or spam number. It doesn't matter what they try to pass on to you or somebody that you know. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You recognize everything from this person. Also, what I'm getting with that 8 of Wands and the 3 of Swords, this person is very brokenhearted over the fact that their arrows don't hit you. They don't hit you. They could have tried something. They could have tried to offer you something in a cup, like 5 of Cups. I don't know, I'm getting something like if you are in a close space with this person, because that does happen, okay? Maybe you work with them, or maybe you live in a community with them. Maybe they're a neighbor, okay? Maybe they're a family member that you see each other every once in a while, something. But this person came into your zone and they tried to hit you with some energy. It could have been something with a cup. Okay, so something edible, something drinkable. You know, maybe they were passing by your office and tried to hit your your water cup with a little something. You know, it's something very, I'm hearing it's an old trick. 1313, and it's dead. Whatever death, whatever control, whatever manipulation they were trying to put on you, that's actually the energy that they have wrapped themselves up in. The energy of death, the energy of manipulation, the energy of control. Who's controlling them? The low vibes that they're trying to get rid of. The low frequencies. The pain, the suffering, the denial. So whatever they tried, it went right back to them. It doesn't work. And I keep getting that like they're trying the same old stuff. It may be with a twist. Maybe they had someone else, maybe they had a cousin or a sibling try to reach out to you, or maybe they had a coworker try to do something to you to get into your space, get into your realm. But 1414 on the timer, you are in temperance energy all day, every day, all night. That's where you are. That's a part of that opening message that came through, where you're in a new zone. You can alchemize anything. Wow. Yeah. So with this Knight of Swords Fool, I see that in a way as your energy, because the Knight of Swords moves swiftly, and it's like the only place you're headed is in your this new zone that you're in. You're focused. Now, I'm seeing this in a different way, that this karmic being wanted you to switch directions. But see, it already came through with the Seven of Pentacles that you haven't switched up. You've been very steady with your boundaries, keeping your boundaries strong. And so the only thing you're doing is moving towards your goals. You may have some new beginnings that are coming through, because I see that with this Fool energy, but the Fool really is coming through to me as your new way, which is temperance. Like, you don't do things the way that you used to do them. Perhaps this person used to try so hard to get you in the Three of Swords, feeling pain and suffering and trying to get you to align with your lower self, with this Devil energy, wanting you to feel this Five of Cups where you were regretting things and feeling sorrow. But see, it's shifted. And that's exactly what they're noticing with this Hanged Man on the fence. See, this person cannot run away from the consequences of their actions. And that's exactly what they're trying to do. And that's what they wanted you to do. They wanted that Knight of Swords to be where you're like, oh, wait, let me come on around and come back to you. No, there will be no such thing. Like, wow, the delusion. And so that's why the Ten of Cups came out in reverse, because this person wanted to create a false Ten of Cups with you, but their plans have failed. Also, whatever kind of Ten of Cups they were trying to create within their own realm, the appearance of a Ten of Cups, this person is a faker, because they're in denial. You cannot build anything that will sustain itself, or that can be sustained, if the foundation is fake, if it is false. You know, like a foundation of sand. Building a house on sand makes no sense. So they don't have any solid ground in their world, which is why any kind of Ten of Cups that this person falsifies, fakes, because they're not building it, they're faking it. It will be in the reverse. It will be a Ten of Cups reverse. But also, that's the reality of what they have with you. They don't have a Ten of Cups with you, because you are not uniting with this person. Okay? Okay. Thank you, Spirit. Go in here. Alrighty. Yeah. Alright, Divine. Please clarify this situation. What does this beautiful being need to know about this energy? The collective, work, job, business. So you're focused on your work or a business. I'm hearing you're taking care of business, okay? You're doing the work that you need to do. That's why you're being crowned. You're being hailed as royalty within something that you do. That's one reason. Oh, look. And just where I put that. Oh, you know what? That feels like that is the heartache. That is the painful truth that this person must face, is that all while they've been doing this craziness, doing all this crazy stuff, wasting their time, plotting and planning and doing all that mess, you have been building something substantial. The collective, the divine collective, is all about business, taking care of business, okay? You've been doing what you need to do. That's why you are coming through as royalty, beautiful being. Also, this is starting to look like the most beautiful Eight of Cups I've ever seen, because I see the effort that was put into reeling you into a situation. I'm seeing like many different tactics. They try to reel you in. They try to trap you. I'm seeing somebody with a lasso. So somebody might like Western culture, Western motif or whatever, cowboy culture. Shabuzi, something about Shabuzi. But yeah, somebody was trying to reel you in. And you know what I'm getting is like the truth. There could be a Taurus here. I don't know, Taurus energy. But also with Taurus, you know, that's Venus. That's abundance and beauty. And your abundance and beauty haunts this being like a bull. I was catching a little bit of Nacho Libre last night, and it was the it was the scene. Jack Black is so funny, but it was the scene where he was trying to train to be a fighter, and so a luchador, I think that's, yeah. So anyway, he was in the ring with a bull, and the bull just flipped him upside down. And that's exactly how the truth of who you are feels to this karmic being. It hurts them in the heart because they were so intent on causing you heartache. Now, I'm just seeing these two crows here, so maybe this person was trying to cause heartache regarding a relationship, a partnership, okay? But everything that they tried to send your way has made its way back into their world with them, where it started. Do you see the beauty of that? And I had just seen 2112 on the camera. So yeah, something has flipped completely. And see, this is the thing with the Hanged Man on the fence. It's like the message is that they always did have the power to change their direction. They always did have the power to either have an awakening, have an enlightening moment, because we know the Hanged Man represents enlightenment, but they've always shifted it in the other direction where they're like, I don't want to be enlightened. Why? Because enlightenment, the first part of enlightenment is a painful truth. It's like in, I think it's called Lemon, the song by Pharrell and Rihanna, where he opens up the song by saying, the truth will set you free, but first it'll piss you off. And that's exactly the case. There's always either pain or some sort of sadness that comes to us when we realize the truth. But then there's relief. But see, cowards don't do truth. Cowards can't do truth. And so that's exactly the energy that this person is aligned with, is not wanting to see the truth. So therefore, they are making a choice. They're choosing their old ways. And you are choosing the ways that you've been aligned with as well, which, by the way, have gotten you to where you are, which is a state of royalty. You're wearing a crown, beautiful being. And it's not because you've been messing around with this person. It's because you have said no. Thank you, Spirit. What else do we need to know about this? Look at this. You are experiencing gains despite their chaos magic. Look at, let me hold them up together. You are experiencing gains, abundance. I'm hearing windfall. I think that did come through either one of the two last readings, okay? I know I pulled that card from my index cards. So the readings don't have to be related, but they could be. But collectively, I'm getting that this abundance is coming through for the Divine Collective. The readings that I've been posting in the community tab, it's been 9 of Cups, blessings, abundance. Like, I'm like, I can't make it stop, but I don't want to. Thank you, Divine. You know? I love it. I love that. And look, you are experiencing abundance and gains despite their chaos magic. And in some of y'all's cases, it's like, because you're such a skilled alchemist, you have even tapped into the ability of how to take their chaos, whatever chaos they have sent you, and turn it around, alchemize it into your gains. It's almost like you see the attack or you feel that energy and you're like, oh, I'm about to win. It's literally like that. You are that good at alchemizing, at being you, at recognizing the BS that they send you, okay, I wanted to say are sending you, but I feel like it's sinned because it's been in the past, it's been potentially in the present, but whatever they have sent you, you alchemize it, so it doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter. And perhaps sin came through because maybe they're not in this moment when you're hearing this message, they're not even in a state where they can send that energy to you at this time. What's the energy with that spirit, with them sending chaos magic? You're constantly healing, beautiful being, but this person is trying to recover. That's, yep. Look, you see that red cross sign? This person wants to heal. They need to heal. And I feel like that's one reason why the Hanged Man is on the fence, because Spirit is really saying, you know, it's like when a person has the reality check of going, and then something happens to their health and they have to sit down. You know, a lot of times when we have physical ailments, it's our spirit speaking to us and warning us that we're doing too much, or we're headed on a path of self-destruction because we're not listening to our bodies. So it really is an opportunity. When we are on our behind, we have to sit down because our body won't take us to that next place where we want to go. Now see, what's been going on with this person is anytime they had some energy, they were using it to do this, to send some chaos magic. Okay? Divine has sat them down on their butt. And so they don't have the ability at this time to send you any attacks. They don't have the ability to do that. And so as they're sitting on their behind, Divine is taking that opportunity to ask them, are you going to use this time to shift in a new direction? See, that's really the guidance here for any karmic who might be watching. Quickly, with a quickness. The Knight of Swords, that quick energy, moving towards a new path. That's the solution. A new way. Not going in the same direction as the Tower and the Devil and trying to control and manipulate. Also, what I'm getting is that this person, this karmic, is extremely worried about what other people think. Well, I mean, I don't know about you, beautiful being, but I've been there. I used to worry about what people thought about me. And then I realized that that was just holding me back. It was keeping me stalled. Because at the end of the day, there's never going to be 100% of people who encounter my energy that are going to approve of it. Or who are going to like it. Or better yet, say that they like it. Because sometimes people like it, but they won't admit it. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, been there, done that. And the beautiful beings that I'm reading for, you know what that feels like. Because for you to have made it to this beautiful zone of temperance, where you're able to alchemize, that means that you made a huge change in your world. Perhaps you used to care about what people thought about you, and then you gave that up. You said, I'm moving forward. I don't care anymore. I choose not to care. And so I'm going to make the choice, the decision, the move that's best for me. And you can do that. You have that freedom when you don't care. Or when you choose not to care. Right? And that's what this karmic needs to do. But yeah. Thank you, Spirit. Oh, wow. They've been completely exposed. What's on the fence here? Oh, charlatan. Yeah. So a wannabe charlatan who's now on the fence because their manipulative tactics no longer work. See, they're no longer getting the job done. 29:29 on the timer. That's 11:11. The portals for their charlatan ways are now closed. And what happened was the more deceptive, trickster, fraudulent type energy they tried to send to you, the more portals began to open for you. And they've seen this. They have witnessed this complete transformation, which is why all of these cards are coming out on the fence, because the energy is shifting. And also I'm getting that that's the vibe this person is in. They don't know their left from their right. They're like, am I gonna stay being a charlatan, or am I going to transform and move with the divine collective? And divine is like, well, if you're gonna move with the divine collective, you're gonna have to make some changes, baby. It's a new day and a new way. Okay, with this Fool energy, that yes can feel scary, but hey, we've all had to make that choice at some point in time, you know. But this person feels completely exposed. Bare Naked Ladies, isn't that a band? I don't know, that just came to me. Bare Naked Ladies, that might resonate with somebody. I don't know, I don't listen. I may recognize a song of theirs, but I don't know, it just came through. Caution, warning, danger. What's the caution, Spirit? Okay, so somebody's trying to allure you so that they can get access to your divine creator energy. Look at that. Someone's trying to be really sweet. Somebody might be trying to give you something sweet. You're above that. Okay, like to entice you, you know, trying to do something to entice you. Tell us more about this alluring energy, Spirit. Candle Magick and fraud. Yeah, okay, because their rituals have not worked. Look at this. Whatever kind of kitchen magic, candle magic, rituals, even connecting with practitioners, you know. So this could be somebody who's lighting their own candles, which, by the way, I have nothing against. I lit my own candles last night. It was for protection, for healing, for everything else that I manifest, but it was not to cause death for someone or to control someone, because honestly, as long as I can control myself, I'm happy. I'm not trying to control nobody, okay, but me. Okay, but yeah, their candle magic, which was very fraudulent, trying to control people, it has not worked. They have checked out as a ritual worker who is ineffective. Like, that is solid now. It is a solid, it's solid evidence. They themselves, whoever this is, trying to work against you, and everybody around them who is with them in these rituals, they can all clearly see that their magic does not work. Not against you. It may have worked against somebody, but not against you, beautiful being, because you out here with a crown, handling your business, making gains. Okay, so clearly their chaos magic only serves you. You feel me? And they've seen this. So now they're on the fence. That's why these cards are coming out on the fence, because they are on the fence. They're like, I don't get it. I don't get it. It just doesn't work. It doesn't stick. It doesn't hit. It doesn't. Exactly. Anything else about this caution, warning, danger, Spirit? Gift. So they're trying to give you something to allure you. All right. To allure you, to entice you. But it can't work. Because look, peace, harmony, and calm, that's you. Like, the nerve of them to think that they could try at something else. I'm seeing that whatever it was that they tried to put into your realm, or like if they tried to give you something, let's say they tried to hit something that you are around with some energy or something like that, your body was like, let's carry on. Like, it was not even phased. And that's your physical body, your spiritual body, your mental well-being. You're good. I'm getting the image of that waterproof card in the let me have us see that, because having that as a visual is priceless. It's the waterproof card in here. Yeah, this person is going through an upheaval. This feels like an upheaval for them because they've been trying to distract you, trying to battle you, and all they feel is exposed. The harder they've come for you, against you, the more dominated they feel by their own low vibrations. Wow. This person is watching you soar and experiencing freedom. They would love to create a bond with you at this time, but they know that you'll always remain resistant to their trickery. What? Now look, that's the only card that's not in here. Say what? Wow. There we go. See, Spirit had me reading almost the whole deck, but that's all right. We got the waterproof card. Look at that. Look at that. It's just like whatever attacks they send rolling off your back. That's what happens. Isn't that what they say, like water rolling off a duck's back or something like that? That's funny because I saw a little video this morning of ducks. They were so cute. They were so cute. You got Taurus here, and look, that energy did come through because you are so beautiful. You are so abundant. This is all Venus energy coming through right here. Yes. Somebody could have an April or a May birthday. Doesn't have to. But also there are blessings that you're going to witness that are beyond belief in April and May. I know that's a while away because I'm recording this in August, but still, just know more blessings are coming. Anything else we need to know, Spirit? Thank you, Divine. Creativity, idea, imagination. So whatever creative inspiration you have at this time, keep moving forward with it, beautiful being, and stay dedicated to it. We've got the Virgo card here. Somebody could have an August or September birthday. Yeah, we're coming into that season very soon as I'm recording this. Whatever you give your time, energy, and effort to, beautiful being, because you are so aligned and because you have been so consistent with rejecting that energy of trickery and deceit and mischief that they're trying to bring into your world. That card stood out when I was going through the Crow Oracle. You have rejected it. And what I'm getting is that that's something that this person would truly be satisfied with at this point, is just to be a distraction. Even if they feel like they couldn't hang on to you to siphon your energy, they would love just to get in the way of what you're doing. Because that's how they operate. They love to be a distraction. But what they've realized, this is something they are realizing, is that every time they try to distract you, you become more laser focused on your creative ideas and imagination and inspired moves forward. And they just become more distracted. It's like they become more and more distracted by their attempts to distract you. And there's something that they really need to give their time, energy, and effort to that's focused on themselves, which is this Ten of Cups in reverse. But see, there's nothing worse than a desperate person who knows that they have lost it all. So this could be a person who already knows they've lost it all. And they know that whatever way that they would try to remedy the situation, that is only going to be more trouble for them. Like there is no good option for this person. That's the ding, ding, ding. There is no good option for this person. The best thing they can do is take the high road, focus on themselves, and do whatever it is that they need to do to get out of this out of this misery that they've created for themselves. Yeah, they need to move with angel energy. They need to listen to their spirit guides. They need to connect with their ancestors and their spirit allies, not on those entities that they've been calling on in order to help them control people. They need to learn how to control themselves. They need to step out of their ego and make the right choices no matter what anyone else might think about them. But yeah, in the meantime, no matter which way they go, because it's already here on the board that they're going to end up with the Ten of Cups reversed. So whatever connections they have, whatever emotional fulfillment they were trying to manifest, it's not looking good at all, okay? And that's simply because of the choices that they continue to make. If they were to get on this path of doing something different, yeah, of course there would be hope. But even that's going to feel difficult. Even that's going to feel difficult at this point in time, because there is no easy solution. And there's nothing that they would consider to be a good solution, because everything now that's right for them feels very difficult. But that's the karma that they have chosen. We all choose the consequences by making our choices. So thank you, Spirit. What's coming through for this beautiful being? Okay. The African Gods Oracle deck has been calling me. Thank you, Spirit. What's coming through for this beautiful being that we need to know? Okaran. Those who have the Orishas blessing are destined to enjoy happiness. Beautiful being, when I say 4114, that your destiny is so blessed because of the choices that you have made. The Orishas are like, baby, you better go on now. You better do that thing, okay? And look, this is card 1. It's surrounded by stars. So there could be other beings around you. I feel like that. That's the 4141 on the timer. That's what I was seeing when I looked at that. There are other beautiful beings that are aligned with the divine, that are in close connection with you. So you know what that lets me know? You have the Ten of Cups. This karmic being was trying to mess it all up for you. And in the process of trying to come for your Ten of Cups, they put theirs in the toilet. This person might try to work through portals, okay? Trying to send energy through water channels in your home, your toilet, okay? So you're divinely protected though, all right? I'm just letting you know. But you're divinely protected because it's already come through very loud and clear in this reading that there's nothing that this being ever sends you that you don't alchemize and turn it into your abundance. Baby, you just keep winning. Even the Orishas are like, you are blessed, baby. And you have the Ten of Cups that this person was trying to come for, that this person was trying to wipe out, ruin, turn upside down. That's exactly what they did for themselves. And you know what? Whether it's one being or a group of them, they have all done that in trying to come for you. So let this be a beautiful lesson of reflection for you that you can reflect on constantly, that when somebody comes for you, it never ends well for them. So you don't ever have to panic. There's never a need for you to panic or to go into a panic whenever somebody tries to send you some negative energy, because it's only a matter of time before they realize what they've done to themselves. Ashe. Thank you, Spirit, for these messages. I am so grateful that you allow them to flow through me. And thank you, beautiful being, for taking the time to tune in. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for your likes, your kind comments, your subscribes, your shares, your hypes, your donations, every bit of love that you send to In Her Dreams. I am so truly grateful for. I love you. I wish you peace. I wish you joy and so many blessings. Take care.